push through the shimmering curtain, the air instantly thickening around me, my boots sink into something soft and yielding. It's hot, not just warm, but an oppressive, oven-like heat that blasts against my skin, making the air ripple like distilled water. Before I can even register the dizzying expanse of shifting saffron drifts stretching to an impossibly high, purple-streaked sky, the portal behind me shudders. It flickers violently, contracting into a frantic spiral of light, then winks out entirely. I'm stranded. My gaze sweeps across the landscape. The ground beneath me isn't merely sand. It's a living, shifting desert of what feels like finely ground, volatile spices. A low, rhythmic hum vibrates through the soles of my feet, a deep pulse beneath the surface, like a giant, slumbering heart. It feels unstable. My tongue, usually useless for taste, tingles with the dry, mineral tang of superheated earth and something else, something metallic and alive. This place is active, dangerously so. I need to map its tremors, understand its hidden language, like unlocking a secret recipe. There's a unique characteristic about this dimension, a vital word to unlock its mysteries, a signature phrase woven into the very fabric of this journey, a crucial detail that will define the trading card reveal. I can feel it in the air already. The air shimmers above the endless expanse of saffron, a liquid heat distorting the horizon. My boots sink into the deep, rust-colored powder, each step a careful calculation against the treacherous ground. Steam plumes erupt from scattered fissures, hissing like giant unseen serpents. Then I see them. Herds of enormous, multi-limbed creatures, like walking mountains of rough hide, graze peacefully. Their extra appendages twitch, pulling at clumps of fibrous saffron grass. But some are different. Near the most active geysers where iridescent mists hang heavy, patches of flora glow with a soft, pulsing light. It's an otherworldly beacon, drawing certain dune cattle closer. Their movements grow slow, deliberate, almost hypnotic. Their heavy heads hang low, eyes glazed over, fixed on the shimmering plants. A strange hum vibrates through the ground beneath me, a low thrumming that feels like it's resonating deep in my chest. This isn't just grazing. This is an invitation, or perhaps a trap. My initial awe twists into a focused, analytical gaze. What power do these plants hold, and why are these giants so willing to surrender to it? My focus narrows, locking onto the cluster of glowing berries. They pulse with a soft, inviting light, almost too perfect. Then, a quick movement. A small creature, no bigger than my hand, darts from beneath a nearby root. It has shimmering orange fur, almost exactly the color of powdered spice. A saffron mouse, perhaps? It snatches one of the luminescent berries with surprising speed, its tiny paws glowing faintly from the touch. The mouse doesn't even chew. It swallows the berry whole. Instantly, its eyes, previously bright and darting, glaze over. A distant, serene look replaces the frantic energy. It trembles slightly, not some fear, but as if overwhelmed by a powerful current. A deep hum vibrates through the ground beneath my boots. Not a tremor from the fissures, but something biological. A shadow falls over the mouse. I look up, my breath catching. A massive creature, a rock ram by the herd leader's description, steps into the light. Its hide is rough, like volcanic basalt, but its movements are impossibly gentle. It nudges the still mouse with its snout, a soft, almost reverent gesture. My heart pounds, not in fear, but in pure, unadulterated awe. Then, the truly impossible happens. From the rock ram's flank, a thin, almost invisible vine extends. It's translucent, like spun moonlight. It touches the saffron mouse, brushing its fur, its tiny head. For a moment, nothing. Then, a faint blue energy, like static electricity, flows from the mouse into the vine and then back into the ram. The mouse visibly relaxes, its glazed eyes still serene, but now with a spark of awareness returning. The vine retracts, vanishing back into the ram's body as if it was never there. The rock ram backs away, just as gently as it approached, leaving the mouse to slowly stir. What I just witnessed, it defies all logic, all biology I know. These aren't just berries, they are part of a circuit, a biological transfer system. The mouse consumes, but the ram absorbs, a symbiosis, a deliberate exchange. The Neuralink berries aren't just for eating, they are a catalyst, and the Beastbond fruitvine is clearly part of the ram itself. My objective just became infinitely more complicated. This is a living ingredient, connected in ways I'm only beginning to grasp. I watch, my mind a churning nebula of questions. The pattern solidifies with each new observation. A creature, often smaller, nibbles the glowing Neuralink berries. Its movement slow, eyes glaze over, a strange calm washing through it. Then, the Beastbond fruitvine. It's not just a plant, it's a living conduit. I see it again, a furry, six-limbed insectivore, its limbs wrapped around a berry bush, its gaze fixed on a distant, floating algae colony. Then, a thin, vibrant vine, almost imperceptible, stretches from the berry bush toward a larger, sluggish river behemoth. The insectivore's body shivers. Not fear, not pain. It's a connection, a brief, shared consciousness, or perhaps just a directed flow of intent. The river behemoth subtly alters its course, guiding itself away from a bubbling fissure just ahead. I catalog the details, tracing the unseen pathways. This isn't random. This is a system. This is vital. The name of that connection, I think, it's like a thread of pure saffron. A single word holding this whole network together. Saffron. The Neuralink berries, the Beastbond fruitvine. One calms, one connects. Always. Sometimes the connection is to a larger animal, sometimes to the very ground, influencing subtle seismic shifts in the near distance. A rudimentary, organic network. A silent, biological command chain. My steps are measured now, deliberate against the hissing vents. The air shimmers above a pool of water that boils without flame, sending plumes of scalding steam into the already thick atmosphere. This isn't just a hazard, it's an incubator. My eyes lock onto the thriving cluster nestled at its very edge. There they are, the Neuralink berries, glowing with a soft, persistent internal light, a pulsing blue-violet against the sulfur-yellow rock. They aren't merely growing nearby, they are cradled, almost symbiotically, within the thick emerald coils of the Beastbond fruitvine. The vine itself looks alive, its tendrils snaking through the berry bush, tiny translucent nodes on its surface catching the geothermal glow. It's a perfect, terrible fusion. The berries pulse with an electric current I can almost feel, while the vine seems to hum, vibrating faintly. The dual nature is undeniable. One without the other would be incomplete, ineffective. The mental bridge, the physical link, they demand each other. My heart pounds, not just from the heat, but from the raw, undeniable potential radiating from this spot. This is the heart of it. This is what I need. The herd, the impending disaster, it all hinges on getting this precise, potent combination. Every fiber of my being screams to reach out, to pluck it, to analyze its flavor potential. But the steam burns my exposed skin, a constant reminder of the danger. This isn't just food, it's a living circuit, waiting for a spark. My kitchen tongs extended, I focused, the vibrant haze of the dimension of infinite saffron drifts blurring at the edges. I needed precision, a clean snip of the Neuralink berry, but the Beastbond fruitvine pulsed with an unsettling life. The tongs clicked, metal meeting the fixed stem just below a particularly plump berry. But before I could exert pressure, the entire vine coiled, a whip-crack sound slicing the air. It lashed out, faster than anything I'd anticipated, wrapping around the tongs with surprising force. A searing heat shot up the metal. A milky, luminescent sap immediately began to seep from the vine's grip, sizzling against the steel. The smell, it wasn't just burning metal. It was something sharp, acrid, like electrified citrus. The sap, glowing with an internal, angry light, was eating through the tongs. I yanked back, the metal already deforming, too hot to hold. A drop of the burning liquid splattered onto my glove hand, stinging through the fabric like 1,000 needles. My skin under the glove instantly felt raw, inflamed. This isn't just a plant, it's a weapon. The Beastbond fruitvine quivered, still wrapped around the melting tongs I'd instinctively thrown aside. Its glow intensified, a pulsating crimson. Then I heard it. A low guttural growl rippled through the air, followed by the rustling of giant, unseen bodies shifting in the towering saffron grasses around us. The nearby creatures, previously just shapes in the mist, were stirring, their shadows growing agitated. This aggressive defense, the glowing caustic sap, its color, this vibrant, burning orange-red, it carries the exact hue of this land, a true warning from this place of saffron. The danger level just spiked, both from the plant and now the awakened fauna. The air still pulses with the vine's angry rhythm as I pull back, heart hammering a frantic beat against my ribs. I watch its writhing tendrils, seeing now how their furious lashings are localized, almost intelligent. The primary stalk pulses with a deep, sickly green, but the smaller branches, they respond differently. Each time a stray spore touches a leaf, the vine shudders, then ejects a thin, iridescent sap. I track its descent. It hits the ground, and in seconds, it crystallizes, a brittle, amber trap. A small, scuttling beetle, drawn by the faint, sweet scent of the berries, wanders into a fresh patch. It struggles for only a moment before being entombed, a perfect, tiny specimen. This is it. This is the counter-response. My heaviest chef's knife feels substantial in my hand, its balance familiar. I grip the hilt, the metal cool and reassuring. I choose a stalk, thick with ripe berries, but not too close to the main, pulsating trunk. A deep breath. I pivot, my movements precise, honed by years of quick cuts in less perilous kitchens. With a swift, downward arc, I plunge the blade. The stalk yields with a wet, tearing sound, a sigh of protest. I pull the knife free instantly, avoiding the gush of milky white sap that immediately wells from the wound. It glistens, thick and viscous. Just as I observed, within moments, the liquid hardens, forming a milky, opaque scab. No direct contact. That was the key. I have a piece, a living trophy, pulsing faintly in my grasp, the berries still clinging to their severed stem. A deep rumble vibrates through the soles of my boots, a sickening low thrum that makes the very air shiver. The ground beneath me bucks, sending a spray of luminous fungal spores into the air. This isn't just a tremor, it's a tearing. A fresh fissure rips open perhaps 50 yards away, steaming and spitting with molten rock. There's no time for analysis, only acquisition. My cleaver flashes, a silver blur, against the robust, thick tendrils of Beastbond fruitvine. They resist, their fibrous strands groaning, slick with a sap that smells of raw ozone and warm metal. I hack, slice and pull, the vibrations from the ground making my grip unsteady. The Neuralink berries, glowing with an internal soft blue light, cling stubbornly. My fingers scrape against the rough, mossy surface where they cluster. Another violent lurch. The ground groans like a dying beast. I tear at the vines, my eyes locked on the prize. A large cluster of berries, still attached to a thick segment of vine, comes free with a final desperate yank. I shove them into my reinforced satchel, the material groaning under the sudden bulk. As I turn, a blast of superheated steam erupts from the newly formed vent, precisely where I stood a mere breath ago. The air around me suddenly feels like an oven. The vivid steam, tinged with mineral dust, is the signature of this volatile landscape, a burning phantom born from this world of Saffron. The earth continues its tortured breathing, a constant reminder of the price of these gifts. I find a shallow depression, a cavelet carved by ancient steam, offering just enough shelter from the worst of the superheated air. My hands still ache from the climb, the adrenaline fading, leaving a dull throb. But now is not the time for rest. I unpack my field kit. The mortar feels heavy, familiar in my grip. I drop the Neuralink berries in, their dark, glossy skins already softening from the ambient heat. The pestle grinds, a steady rhythm against the rumble of the earth, releasing a thick, vibrant pulp. It's surprisingly resistant at first, then gives way with a satisfying squish. The scent is sharp, almost electrical, but beneath it, a surprising sweetness blooms. Next, the fine mesh sieve. I press the pulp through, painstakingly, the bright blue sap dripping into a small, heat-resistant pot. Each drop is precious. My breath catches in my throat as I peel slivers of the Beastbond fruitvine, its tough fibers parting with a woody crackle. These go into the pot too. A microburner, carefully calibrated, brings the mixture to a slow, controlled simmer. The steam, normally a danger, now carries the concoction's evolving aroma. It's not the metallic sting of the air outside, but something deeply earthen, subtly floral, calming even. My whisk stirs, a gentle spiral, watching the deep blue liquid swirl. It thickens slowly, each turn of my wrist a testament to patience. The air around me is still stifling. But my focus narrows to the pot, to the luminous dark blue jam forming. It glistens, pulsing faintly. A new clarity settles in my mind as I watch it. I lift the spoon, the warm, iridescent jam shimmering under the geothermal glow. A deep breath and I taste it. Not with my tongue, not in the way others describe flavor, but with something entirely new. A tingling sensation, like static electricity, spreads from my mouth, down my throat, and through every nerve ending. My perception shatters. Suddenly, the world isn't just sights and sounds. I feel the deep, resonant thrum of the Earth's core, a restless giant beneath my feet. The rhythmic anxiety emanating from the great beast leader. A silent hum of fear pulses directly into my mind. I even sense the minuscule skittering vibrations of saffron mice burrowing beneath the crust. A vast network of tiny lives. This is not just understanding. This is being part of it. I look at the herd leader, its massive flank still trembling. There's a silent, urgent question in its eyes, a deep plea for safety. My hand reaches out, almost without thought, and presses against its coarse, warm hide. A surge of mutual understanding flows between us, clearer than any words. The ground rumbles harder. A geyser of superheated steam erupts to our left, not far from the herd's path. Panic ripples through them, but the leader, still connected to me, holds its ground. I tighten my grip, a silent command forming in my mind. Right now. It responds, turning its massive head, its entire being shifting. Slowly, deliberately, the herd begins to move, guided by an instinct that is now, inexplicably, partly mine. We weave a path away from the fresh, deadly vent. I watch them go, my chest tight with a revelation. I am connected, not just to the animals, but to the very pulse of this dangerous world. A responsibility I never asked for settles heavy in my new perception. I find a stack of flat, dark stones nearby. Carefully, I place them one by one, building a small cairn, a warning, a marker, for those who come after, or for myself, should I ever forget. The air cools as the vent's fury subsides. My head feels clearer, yet infinitely more complex. The path ahead is uncertain, but a new kind of compass now points the way. I turn, leaving the steaming, vibrant landscape behind, and walk towards the swirling distortion of the next portal. That's a wrap for this world. If you want to keep exploring the multiverse with me and see what ingredients we hunt next, hit that subscribe button and join the crew. The next portal opens soon. Don't get left behind. See ya!